This is my life right now. They keep trying to race me. Ain't even race. I'm tired. You come to the mall to find something to wear, and this is what I end up doing. Feel like I'm riding the monorail.
Yeah. I've seen them before.
You seen them before?
Yeah, they're in my class.
Jazz over here somewhere on one of them things. I don't know where they at. They keep trying to race me. We going slow.
What are you on?
I'm on Facebook. Say hey.
But I don't even do videos on Facebook. I do videos on camera.
You do videos on TikTok?
No, on cameras.
Hey.
With my picture thing.
A Waffle House in Indianapolis leaves one woman dead, 5 other people hurt.
We seem to have regard for the sanctity of human life.
35-year-old Cristal Kennebrew, who also went by Crystal Harris on social media, was an outgoing, sweet, well-known, and well-loved woman within her community. She always had a special way of connecting with others, a natural people person. She was a proud graduate of the Indiana Institute of Technology and Indiana University Northwest, graduating with a degree in health services. Sadly, she would face a huge loss on January 23, 2023, after her mother passed away, something she still struggled to overcome and accept. Cristal was also an entrepreneur and a promoter. She was part owner of Fatso's Pub in Gary, Indiana. Like many people, Cristal headed to Indianapolis to enjoy the NBA All-Star Weekend festivities while visiting a friend and helping to serve drinks behind the bar. No one could have ever imagined that what was supposed to be an annual weekend of fun and fellowship would turn into tragic chaos. Shortly after 12:30 a.m. on February 19th, Indianapolis police responded to a Waffle House in the 2600 block of South Lyndhurst Drive near Sam Jones Expressway and Interstate 70 on Indianapolis's west side for reports of a shooting. Upon arrival, they would locate a chaotic scene with multiple people injured, including an unresponsive adult female. Friends and family identified the victim as 35-year-old Cristal Kennebrew, who was rushed to a local hospital where she was sadly pronounced dead after succumbing to a gunshot wound. 3 men and a woman were also transported to area hospitals and were all listed in stable condition. A 6th victim, an adult male who arrived at IU Health Methodist Hospital shortly after the shooting, is in critical condition. A friend who was with Cristal that night recalled the two leaving a bartending gig where Cristal was filling in for someone who couldn't make it. The two were about to get on the road and head back to Gary, Indiana, before deciding to stop at Waffle House for food, a decision that neither one of them knew would change their lives forever. According to witnesses, 2 groups of people got into an altercation at the restaurant before the shooting. The incident occurred both inside and outside the Waffle House. Investigators are still searching the area for additional witnesses, noting there were a lot of people at the restaurant when the shooting occurred, but many of them left the area before police arrived. Detectives also say they are reviewing security camera footage from the Waffle House, although they do know that the shootout began as an attack on one of the victims. That victim then pulled out a gun and started shooting, which resulted in gunfire between the 2 groups. The first round consisted of roughly 6 shots, followed by 6 to 8 more. The shooting was a part of a violent weekend in Indianapolis, as 17 people were shot, with 3 people being killed. One witness who was inside of the Waffle House recalled witnessing the fight just before shots rang out. At that moment, everyone began ducking and trying to hide, with Waffle House employees helping customers hide in a freezer until police arrived.
Even when we was in the freezer, more shots went off, so we were scared to move.
Dynasty Phelps was sitting in a booth with a friend before she was bombarded by the sound of gunfire.
And next thing you know, my friend is pointing because my back was towards the door. She was pointing, telling me someone's fighting. And before I could turn around, they were fighting and the shots just started ringing.
When she pointed at that moment, what did you do?
I couldn't move. I had to get down. So the only thing I think of is cover my head and bend down. So once it started to slow down, the shot stopped. I hopped over the railing, and then I noticed that I didn't have my purse, and I needed to get it so we can get out of there. And then the shots went on again. And then got on the ground. I stayed on the ground. And then I was able to get my purse, and my other friend, she was in the back. And she's telling me to come on. And that's when I noticed one of the workers were shot and 2 other people, for what I could see. And that's when people started calling the police.
1 person was killed, 5 others shot. Metro Police say the shootout started as an attack on one of the victims. The victim, police say, then pulled out a gun and started shooting, which resulted in gunfire between 2 groups.
The first round was probably 6, and then it was probably maybe 6 or 8 more.
More than 60 officers were shortly on scene.
Got over there asking what's going on, and there was blood everywhere. And I feel like, you know, I've been here for 6 months. I go there every day. It could have been me, you know. I literally just ordered food there an hour before that.
Crime scene tape lined Waffle House for roughly 10 hours. As soon as it cleared, those impacted came back to get belongings left behind.
And when I was able to get my purse, I did see shells in the seat that I was sitting at. So yeah, I'm traumatized.
Phelps says the shooting has changed her life.
I am shaken up. I have kids. So all I'm thankful is that me and my friend were able to make it back to our families, and I hope and pray that the people that were hurt are able to make it back to theirs.
The news of Cristal's murder sent shockwaves to her family and friends and her community. How could this happen, and why? Although many of them tried to reflect on the good times they had with Cristal, they are understandably heartbroken. Many took to social media to express their love and condolences, with one post reading, "It's a sad day for the city of Gary. I want to extend my sincere condolences and prayers to Cristal Harris's family and friends. I pray that God heals your broken hearts." Another post read, "Cristal Harris, the city is messed up behind this. Tears are uncontrollable, hearts are broken. Trying to find that glow you bring everywhere, and it's gone. A beautiful soul gone easy, too soon. Rest in peace, Cristal Harris. I'll never forget the talks that we had. Thank you for the wisdom and inspiration. You once told me that I'm beautiful and talented. Embrace it. Forget what everyone else says. That the only way to go is up." Now in her hometown of Gary, Indiana, Cristal's picture is posted on the door of her business, Fatso's Pub, the very place where patrons would flock, not just for a good time, but also to get a glimpse of Cristal's beautiful and unforgettable personality.
Victim was in town for the All-Star game, is that correct?
Yes, she was. She was in town, and she's from Gary originally. Kennebrew owns a bar up there in the region. One of her friends said he talked to her right before she left Gary for Indianapolis last week. He and others say Kennebrew's death is leaving a gaping hole in that community.
We clicked it instantly because I judge people by their spirits and all of that. And she always had a loving, sweet personality you can see from afar.
Daryl Brown knew Cristal Kennebrew for about a decade. Brown held an event in Gary over the weekend. Cristal was invited but told Brown she couldn't be there since she was going to Indianapolis for All-Star Weekend. Early Monday morning, Cristal was one of 6 people shot after a fight at this Waffle House near the airport.
I was shocked, devastated, everybody. We still cannot believe how somebody so young, full of energy, so much life ahead, and so much potential. And the city, man, what we gonna do?
Although Kennebrew owned her own business, Brown said she helped promote other bars and clubs that would host parties, performers, and other events.
She cared about her community, people she meets. She treat them the same, like she treat them like she knew them all the time.
Police have been combing through surveillance video and interviewing witnesses. It's not clear if Kennebrew knew the people injured in the shooting. Brown says the violence is senseless.
It angered me, upset me, disappointed. I'm mad, I'm sad, I got all these emotions going through my head.
As of right now, no one has been arrested for the shooting, and police are still asking the public to reach out with any possible leads in the case, emphasizing that a fight should never end this way. Waffle House stated that it's cooperating fully with the investigation. The case remains ongoing.
Gang since Potty Train. You know what I'm saying? I got your other cousin with me. You know what I'm saying? We up here. You know, we do it for you, baby.